You're live already.
Oh, good evening. We are now live, Chig. We are back again with the podcast. Ken will be joining us soon. But it is Zach's birthday today. He's reached the ripe old age of 40. Happy birthday, mate.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. As I said earlier, I'm half your age, so I'm 21 today. And Lee, you're only a few months behind me, mate. So
I know.
I'm getting old.
I feel it today as well. I feel a bit tired today, man. But
yeah, same here. I've got a bit of cold coming through, so I'm just going to chill out for the rest of the evening, I reckon.
Yeah, man. We have Helen, first time on the podcast, back again on the channel. Hope you're well, darling.
I'm well. I'm good. How you all? I don't know the other two. Hello, boys. Hi.
Hello, Helen. I hear lots of good things. Lots of good things.
Welcome to the group.
Helen, just a word of advice. A word of advice.
Only.
Word of advice for Helen.
You all know what she's going to say.
Just ignore everything that Afzal says.
Yeah, Claude warns me not to let him bully me, but I'm sure you know that well.
We need to keep Zach some talk here, so we shall do.
In bits, man. His team have fallen away from being Premier League champions down
Yeah.
there.
I told it to Zach, remember when we did our show with Claude the other day? I did tell you, remember about them? I did say exactly these things.
Mate, I've never seen you in so much pain as the last time.
I was the one who was calling. I was the one who was like, this guy's rubbish. This guy's. I told you Alexander-Arnold's a poor defender 3 weeks ago. And everyone was
listen, if you want to talk about Liverpool, mate, go back into your Liverpool group chat. Yeah,
He's not terrible.
This is Arsenal, yeah.
This is an Arsenal show, mate. Yeah, you want to stick to Liverpool? Go in your Liverpool group chat.
That's the Liverpool chat, you know.
How you doing, Afzal? You good?
Yeah, all good. Hope everyone is well and safe. Most importantly.
Yeah. Exactly. And Chig, back again. We'll be back again early tomorrow as well. Have you seen what time we kick off?
What time we kick off?
12:15.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. I don't mind that.
It is when you don't get out of bed before 11 every day, brother. Now I've got to start a watch along at 11.
Irish coffee is at the ready. Irish coffee at the ready.
I'm having early night tonight, very early night, because I need my beauty sleep, man. I'm knackered today, so it'll be an early night. But let's start with Zach. We've obviously binned Mesut. We'll come to that a little bit later down the show, but obviously we've signed a couple of players. Signing a couple of players. We signed a goalkeeper today, Matt Ryan from Brighton. Odegaard from Real Madrid is happening. Apparently, that's all but done, and will be completed probably early next week now, I'd imagine. And then just before I came on here, I see that we were linked to Ryan Bertrand as backup for Tierney. What have you made of our transfer dealings, ins and outs so far, mate?
It's a little bit underwhelming, if I'm honest, because this is all marginal stuff for me, right? Like bringing in a goalkeeper to replace Runarsson, marginal, right? It might help us a little bit. Same with bringing in Bertrand to replace Kolasinac, again, marginal. They're not going to be first-team players. In terms of getting rid of Ozil, obviously, I'm happy about that. But as I said to you, I think last week, mate, when you were dancing around with your champers, we got bigger fish to fry than getting rid of Mesut Ozil right now. Yeah, if we'd got rid of Mesut Ozil 4 years ago, right? That would have been huge for this football club, right? Right now, we got bigger fish to fry. We've got the likes of Willian on the books and all these other rubbish players. But in terms of the ins and outs, look, I'm not going to lie, I'm very underwhelmed. I actually think Socrates is better than some of the centre-backs that we've still got on our books.
Agreed.
I'm not, if you look at someone like Mustafi, I think Socrates is a better defender. Again, he's aging, so I'm not really that bothered. I just think it just smacks. I think Helen made this point a couple of weeks ago when you guys had a chat. But it just seems to me that there's no real joined-up strategy. It's all a little bit like papering over the crack, short-termism. There's no long-term, robust transfer strategy you can see. It's almost like we sold Martinez, our best goalkeeper. We panicked. We bought this awful goalkeeper that they'd probably never seen play before. realised he's crap. They've now panicked again and bought like a Brighton reject in. And if he's crap, what are we going to do? Panic again and buy another goalkeeper? Right? For me, it just doesn't. There's no joint up strategy there in the transfer window. To be honest, mate, like I was looking at my Twitter timeline earlier, and people were saying, "Oh, this is going to be an 8 or 9 out of 10 window." Like, what planet? What planet are you guys on? Like, seriously.
They never learned that. In the summer, they were saying 8s and 9s out of 10. Yeah, we're 10th.
Yeah, we're fighting relegation a couple of games ago, mate. And this is what I don't get about this fan base. I said it on a voice note in the group chat earlier. I only want to see 2 types of signings at this football club, right? Top class players who you know are ready. Thomas Partey falls into that category, right? You pay the money, right? And you know that he's top quality. Atletico didn't want to get rid of him. We've gone in, obviously, with release clause, but we've got our man, yeah? Proven, brilliant, Champions League level. The other type of player I want is up and coming youngsters like Martinelli, that type of. If the transfers don't fall into one of those 2, I don't want these middle of the road signings anymore because they're just padding out an already kind of really like huge wage bill. Like the likes of Willian and all this rubbish. We don't need those type of players. So for me, if you're not going to sign one of those 2 types of players, then just rely on the youth. I don't want to see like Matt Ryan at my football club. Why don't we just stick with that Macy, like Matt Macy? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure he wasn't that bad.
The thing is, this Matt Ryan's not going to get any Premier League games unless Leno gets injured, which, let's be real, it's very rare that a goalkeeper gets injured, really. Let's be honest, yeah? So the only way he's getting games is Europa League. So, yeah, why I understand why we sold Martinez. I get it. Yeah, I would have. I would have given number 1 spot and sold Leno.
Explain to me why we sold Martinez.
Terrible business move. Terrible
because he wanted to be number 1 and they said no. So I understand why we sold him.
So you're telling me a club has never kept. He's under contract. We don't have to keep him. How comes it's only Arsenal Football Club? Yeah, we've got 2 club. Well, I don't rate Leno that highly, but apparently we've got 2 class. We had 2 class goalkeepers last season. How comes as soon as we get competition for places for the goalkeeper position, we sell one of them? We've been crying out for competition in that goalkeeping area for years and years and years.
Mate, you're preaching to the converted, bruv. I agree. And this is why I find it funny, right? This is what I find hilarious, yeah? Is the fact that we're now going and getting a goalkeeper in the summer that's now deemed not good enough 4 months later. So we now go and get another keeper that in 4 months' time is going to be leaving because he's on loan. Yeah, so then that means we need to go and buy another goalkeeper in the summer, yeah? Right? But we have to keep buying goalkeepers that are not of the standard of Leno. They're below Leno, so that Leno doesn't get pushed out the team. But then when it comes to other positions on the pitch, it's now, oh, well, we have to sign a player that's better or as good as that player in that position to keep them on their toes. Well, why is it different for Leno then?
Yeah.
The only thing that all we had to do was say to Martinez, you are my number 1 at the moment, until proven otherwise. If your form drops off, Leno will be knocking on the door. I think Martinez would have said fine, but instead Arteta said, "No, Leno's my number 1. Sorry, mate," and then we sold him for 16 million. That's what reality is, and I can't accept that. Unfortunately, can't accept that.
I wouldn't have sold him. He would have been my number 1. I think everyone knows that. But what have you made of our signings, Helen? Obviously, we've signed Rob Holding to a new deal as well. But obviously, Socrates gone, Ozil gone, Kolasinac gone, Saliba gone. Who else is gone? Matt Macy's gone, and then obviously the ones that are coming in, they're hardly like jump for joy signings, really, are they?
He's come back on loan, so he's one, and then the others, obviously.
Yeah, it's just a yo-yo. It's just like what I've said before. I do feel that we do not have any strategy or policies in place, and until we can signing them on loan means nothing. Because you want to be reliant on somebody that's going to come in for a few weeks that might gel. We've signed Willian, who's Premier League proven, and he can't come to Arsenal and play well. But we're going to get someone who's never even played in the Premiership to come in on loan and do what? And play what ahead of Emil Smith Rowe? Like, because the only one I can actually see getting a game is maybe this young boy from Madrid. But I'm not going to be happy if he starts ahead of Emil Smith Rowe. I know he might need a bit of protection because obviously they don't want to wear him out or they don't want him to get too big for his boots or whatever the theory, mentoring or, you know, whatever they're thinking. But at the end of the day, he's the only one that's come in and made a difference to the team in the last 6 games or 4 games or whatever he's played. So I'm not going to be a happy fan seeing him dropped for someone that we've brought in on loan that's going to then go back to Madrid, who was below Ceballos at Madrid, I'm guessing, because they've loaned him out before we were offered him.
He's below Isco, who's all but washed up now.
What it is, face value. I don't know Madrid inside out. I can only judge it on a really surface level. But for me, listen, I'll embrace him coming, and I hope he's as good as the good reviews I've heard. Yeah. But I don't really know. He's playing in Spain, and he can't get into Madrid. So
that's the thing. He's played 7 games. He's appeared in 7 games this season for Madrid. He's got no goals, no assists, and now he's coming into the Premier League, into a team that are 10th in the table, that struggle to defend. I don't think I know our stats would suggest we struggle to create. I think the reason we struggle to create is not because we are missing a creative midfielder. It's because we can't defend properly, which then means that we're not set up in a structure of the team to be able to kick on and allow the players to then go forward with freedom, because they're always all over the place.
Yeah, and we've got a right back that doesn't know how to play that position, which hinders us playing as a unit. No, but it does, because we're unbalanced in most games we play. Yeah, so that will have an effect on the way we perform as well. You can look at it from different angles.
What did you make of both of their contracts being terminated? Ozil, although it's not been fully announced yet, and Socrates. Like, did you think that we should have just been doing this in the summer?
Yeah, for sure. But I don't know why we've gone into another season, and especially the Ozil situation. It was just like, I know we're in COVID and lockdown and everyone's bored and the media have got nothing to talk about. Fans have got more to talk about, but it was draining. It was boring. On both sides. For the club, it's not a good advert, and for Ozil, it's not nice. I know you don't like it, but yeah.
Oh, I was buzzing when he left. Can't lie. For me, that's bigger. The biggest day we've had for a long, long time at this football club. Him going.
Yeah, I'm glad he's gone for him and for Arsenal Football Club.
But let me come on to you, Chig. I've pinned this comment. He's played 300 minutes of football this season, Odegaard. Me personally, Chig, I think this is going to be Denis Suarez part 2.
I know you do.
Because he's going to come in. He's going to need time to adapt and get up to fitness in the training sessions before we even dare put him in a game. By which time we then put him in a game, that's a month wasted. So now he's only got 3 months to impact the team. He's then going to come into the team. He's going to get injured real quick. If you actually look at this guy's injury record in the last 18 months, it's a joke. It's an absolute shambles. Yeah, he's a very good footballer. Of course he is. Madrid don't sign that many bad footballers. Yeah, he's a good footballer. But what have you made of it? Do you think it's going to help us? Do you think it's going to be that Bruno Fernandes signing? Or is it just going to be the Denis Suarez equivalent?
I have a different take to you guys, I must admit. I think it would have been a mistake to not bring in someone in addition to Emil Smith Rowe's form. Because I think, you know, if we said at the start of the season we're having to rely on a 19-year-old to get through our season, and we've not. All right, sorry, 20. Sorry, apologies. I keep underaging people today, and we're not bringing in some sort of assurance. I think there would have been more criticism for Arteta during January. So he's done something. Right, and you know, people are talking about his injury record. I've heard this criticism before. We're not paying for him. This is a loan. The way I see it is, let's have this 6 months loan. Like Helen said very intelligently, I thought, I don't want Emil Smith Rowe to be dropped. I actually don't think he will be. I think that he will be brought in and maybe bedded into the side, maybe with the long-term view of replacing Emil Smith Rowe if he picks up form. But I think, in essence, what this is just a case of strengthening that position, because if we didn't, I would have been the first to say, well, why didn't we look at that area? Why didn't we try to bring someone in? As you just said.
Well, don't you think Saka can do that job, though?
Yeah, but also we've got Guendouzi, who we could bring back, who has experience. But I'm looking at what we've got. I don't know. I'm not saying it's bad, but it just seems like there's no plan of action. It's just like a panic again. I'm looking at our club from, you know, a bird's eye view, not just on that in general.
I don't know. I feel slightly differently. I do feel like they've clearly gone into this time with a plan. Whether you think it's the correct plan or whether I think it's the correct plan is a completely different discussion. They feel that this is the plan that they want to go ahead. They feel like they've identified an attacking midfielder as what they want to back up Emile Smith-Rowe. They've identified Odegaard. Whether Odegaard turns out to be good enough, again, is a completely different subject matter. I don't like the idea, personally, just to answer you, Lee, of saying, well, Saka works brilliantly on the right, but because now we've got an injury, I'm going to now move him where he's brilliant from to now cover this area. I think now we're starting to create our own problems. So I like the idea that, for me, a 6 months loan. What are we paying for it? 5-6 million? Pay it. See what he does. All he can do is add to the team. And if he doesn't add to the team, don't play him. It's as simple as that.
I hear all of that. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. But the fact that he has got an injury record that's as long as my arm, the fact that he has only played 300 minutes of football, the fact that it's not in the same league as ours, the fact that he is only 22.
So what's the risk in a 6 month loan?
The fact
all
that
of those things are valid. But what this would be more valid if we just spent,
if it is 5 million quid.
If you spent 35 million pounds on him, I'd hear what you're saying. I'd hear exactly what you're saying.
If it's £5 million, why don't we just go and buy Memphis Depay for £5 million?
Okay, so now we're talking semantics, because now you're talking about, well, you don't agree with the target. If we don't agree with the target,
no, I don't disagree with the target. What my point is out of all of the attacking midfielders or apparent attacking midfielders we've been linked to in the media circles, this guy is probably the biggest risk out of all of them.
Yeah.
Well, clearly the coach thinks
he's played no football all season. He's not even played 4 full games.
This is semantics, bro, because the coach clearly thinks differently for whatever reason. I disagree with you. I'm not necessarily saying I disagree with you.
That rhetoric about the coach thinks differently is a year out of date. At the beginning, when Arteta first came in, you could say that, but we know
you fall in
judgment is flawed.
Yeah, okay. We know this. This is a different conversation. All I'm saying to you is that as the manager of the club, he's making a decision based on his judgment. Now, if you want to question his judgment, again, this is a different discussion.
I kind of agree with you there, Jig. I don't think this is a big issue, but I just don't see him hitting the ground running. And we've got a couple of months left of the season, right? He's going to come in, take a month to settle. And then what's this 5 million? Is that really a good use of £5 million? I don't think it is.
No, exactly. We see this with Cedric, bruv. Come on. Yeah.
And Dennis Suarez. My issue with this loan signing is I just don't think it's a good allocation of resources right now. I don't disagree with you, Chig, about we do need cover for Emile Smith-Rowe. But as Lee said, I think we've already got that within the squad. We just need to think outside the box a little bit.
I wasn't so fussed about bringing people in, but
I'd rather try Nicolas Pepe as a number 10 than
that's who I would have used personally.
Right.
Reece has played that role in the under-21s.
I can also understand that had we been relying on Emile Smith-Rowe, who is the guy in form and who is the guy who rightly has the place, if he has an injury or whatever, and we suddenly lose momentum, I can imagine the criticism that will come Arteta's way if he didn't strengthen that spot. So that's why I can understand why he's taken this risk. For me, it's a 6 month loan. It's not a big deal.
We've got so many players within the squad who can play that role. Pepe, Saka, Martinelli, right? Reece Nelson, Lee just said. For me, it doesn't make sense to spend this money on you. It don't know. I hope he's good. I'm with Helen. I'm going to back him, and I hope he's good. And I'm kind of excited to see him
Yeah,
play.
same, 100%. Listen, I don't dislike him. I think he's a good player. The fact is, I don't think we needed that type of player anyway, because we've got it in the squad where we can play players in that position. We needed somebody to sit next to Thomas Partey, like a Basuma, somebody of that ilk. Yeah, so then that gives us the foundation to then go and attack. Yeah,
but we don't know that's not coming. Listen, let's be real here.
We're not signing Basuma.
What are we achieving this season, Lee? Come on, let's be real here. So we're just trying to get ourselves towards the end of the season. Come the summer, who knows?
Yeah, but Chick, I love you to bits, mate. Yeah, but we're what, 7 points behind Liverpool in 4th.
Right.
So if we go out and actually do what's required in this window.
Oh, okay. So suddenly we're optimistically, are we? Because
we know
we ain't seen that from you.
Window, we can still fly up the table.
We know we ain't seen that from you in a minute,
last season when they signed Bruno Fernandes from Sweden.
Come on. What was that point? What was that point made?
It's like suddenly we're optimistically when I've heard Lee all season.
Yeah,
let's not do that. Let's not do that, bro. Let's not do that.
If we actually did something, we got a chance. This is the worst Premier League in living history. This is literally the worst Premier League ever.
Yeah.
It's true. And that's my point. If you go out there and actually do what is required and go and buy Basuma to put next to Partey, you do not need a fucking geezer on loan from Real Madrid who can't even get in their team and has played 300 minutes of football.
Absolutely.
Don't need him. Yeah, go and get Guendouzi back. People in the chat were saying he's not creative. Did you not see the goals he was creating last season then? When he was sticking it on a plate for Aubameyang or for Callum Chambers or winning a penalty?
1 or 2.
Yeah.
That's not.
Yeah, 4 or 5. This guy has played 300 minutes and done nothing for Madrid. Anyway, let me come to Afzal. We've been waiting patiently. We'll come to you very shortly, Penny.
See, what I think is that regarding these 2 signings, let's start with the keeper first. At the end of the day, he ain't gonna start any Premier League games. Leno's our number 1, and rightly so. He's better than Ryan. I think he'll use Ryan for Europa League and FA Cup games, which is fine with me. I think Ryan is better than Runnison for sure. And also Macy, we've never really seen. So I think Ryan is a good backup option. So I'm all right with that. Like I said, FA Cup, Europa League, play him, he'll do a job. Because he played actually, apart from this season, in the previous 3 years, he only missed 4 league games for Brighton. He was their number 1. And this season he played 11 games, and only just now, recently, about in the last month, that new keeper Sanchez has overtaken him in the pecking order. But he has been Brighton's number 1 for 3.5 years. So let's put it that way. Regarding this Odegaard, right, I'm kind of in 2 minds because I've never seen the guy play. So I can't make a judgment and opinion on him. But I think Arsenal Twitter are overhyping this signing. Let's be honest, right? If he was anything special, Real Madrid will not be letting him go. This is probably arguably the worst Real Madrid side in years. And they're letting him go. Last season, he was in Real Sociedad. Okay, he got, in all competitions, 7 goals, 9 assists, which is all right. But this season, as you said, okay, he's hardly played, 7 games, 300 minutes, 0 goals, 0 assists. But honestly, if he was anything special, Real Madrid would not let him go. So that kind of gives you an answer there about the guy. Second of all, in my opinion, hopefully, for me, Smith Rowe is better, right? Okay, I've never seen him. I can't judge, but just by, analyzing the situation, I want Smith Rowe in that number 10 role. I don't want this guy to come in unless he's like Bruno Fernandes, like Arsenal Twitter are saying. That's the way some people are making out. He's like the next Fernandes. If he's like that, which I doubt, then yeah, all right. But at the moment, for me, Smith Rowe has been our best player since he joined in the team. He has been our best player, hands down, him and Saka. I do not want Smith Rowe to leave that, obviously, to get dropped or anything, unless, obviously, he has suffers from an unfortunate injury or something. Then we got to bring in someone. But for me, my front 4 going forward is always going to be Smith Rowe number 10, Saka one side, and then rotate between Aubameyang, Lacazette, and Martinelli. Simple as that. I reckon this signing is a cover signing for Smith Rowe, for example, the Europa League and FA Cup, because let's put it this way, Smith Rowe is very new to the team. He's only 20 years old. How old is he? 20? Yeah, God knows. He's 20 years old. It's going to be hard for him to play twice a week, every week, because the next few weeks we've got Premier League games twice a week. So in that aspect, I think we did need a cover, and we have got that cover. So fair play on that side. But is he the right player? Time will tell. We'll only be able to see that when in the next 2-3 months. Like I said, like Zach said, we've only got him for 4 months. It's going to take him time to settle. He's only played in Spain. He hasn't played anywhere else, so it will take him time. But when we do need him in the latter stages of the season, well, even now, because we're playing twice a week, maybe come off the bench as a sub or in the Europa League games, then you know what? He's got to perform. As simple as that, because he is one of these, he has been hyped a lot, so he's got to perform. Simple as that.
No, mate, I've just brought up his stats as well before I come to Kenny, yeah?
I think 7 goals, 9 assists at Sociedad.
Right. Total for all of his games. He's played he's took part in 216 games in his career, yeah? A lot of these were in the Dutch league, for a whole host of teams out there. But he was signed by Real Madrid when he was like 15 or something.
Yeah.
And then obviously got loaned out to Vitesse Arnhem, to Real Sociedad, to Herenveen. Can't even pronounce that other team. I'm not even going to try and butcher it. And then obviously he's played 11 games for Real Madrid's first team. Got no goals, no assists for them.
So that's my point. If you said he's been there since 2015. If he was anything special, surely he would be getting a few more games for Real Madrid, correct?
Well, that's what you'd think. He played 36 games last season, and this is the thing, right? People keep telling me with this guy, and I'm not against him signing. I'm just against the length of time of him signing for. Yeah, I would have took him if it's a full-term deal.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. The fact that it's not a full-term deal, what's the point? He's played no football this season. It's going to take him a month to get it up to our speed anyway, by which time we've got 3 months of him. Then he's going to get injured. Then he's out. Then it's Denis Suarez. 100% nailed on going to happen. Come back to the stream in 3 months' time.
Where you get to look at the player, especially if he's going to be shit, you get to look at the player. How many times have we talked about how Arsenal have overspent money for players? I'd much rather a low-risk situation where you look at the player.
We're paying £1 million a month to a guy.
And then
£1 million a month.
And then make the purchase. Who knows if he has we might have an option
we can't purchase him. There's no contract. There's no contract to say we could. It's just a straight loan. No option to buy the guy.
Yeah. So what? So that didn't make a difference for the Ceballos deal.
So let's say we pay £5 million on a loan fee.
Deal for Ceballos.
So if we pay £5 million on a loan fee, we're essentially paying 250 grand a week for this signing to happen.
Right.
£1 million a month for 5 months, because he's going to be here until the 30th of June. 5 months, 5 million. 250 grand a week. I'm sorry, spend that somewhere else.
Excellent point. That is actually really good point.
What do you think, Kenny? Waiting
for me. It's a low risk deal. I don't understand what the issue is.
Yeah, it's not an issue.
You there, Kenny?
Let's be honest. None of us have seen him play. Have any of us actually seen this guy play before? Let's be honest.
I've played 3 or 4 times.
Okay, I have never seen him. So, like I always say to Zach, I only like to judge players when I've seen them. So my judgment is out. I'm not saying he's going to be wow. I'm not saying he's going to be rubbish. I'm just going to wait and see.
Yeah, but you can judge the strategy of bringing in someone on a short-term deal.
You're right. And if he was anything special, Real Madrid wouldn't get rid of him.
100%. Rodrigo and Vinicius getting their team every week.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me
come. The reason why they let Ceballos come
to Kenny, Afsal. 1 second, mate. Go on, Kenny.
Look.
I can't hear you, mate.
In terms of like the first signing, you know, like
there you go. Go on, that's better.
Can you hear me now? Yeah. In terms of like Matt Ryan, we definitely need an experience. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
In terms of like Matt Ryan, we definitely needed an experienced signing, because Runarsson hasn't proved to be up to scratch. I would have liked Tom Heaton, because he's like a top goalkeeper, and he was. You know, the England squad, last few England squads before he got injured, but Villa ain't stupid. They're not going to give someone experienced like, Tom Heaton to us. In terms of Matt Ryan, got no problem with it. But until he fell out of Graham Potter, your lookalike. he was Brighton's number 1. So that for me, I'm happy with that kind of experience. In terms of Odegaard, let's before we jump out of our cages. He isn't going to be an Arsenal player permanently. He's only here on a loan basis. He asked to go on loan because he can't get a game. Arsenal accommodated him because we can't rely long term on Emile Smith-Rowe because he's only just coming to the team. And even if we look past Odegaard, we're still going to need a creative midfielder, or dare I say, a number 10, which a lot of people say is redundant. We're still going to have to look at Buendia next season, or maybe go back and look at Aouar, because the French league, they've basically lost their TV deal. So Lyon are not out of Europe, so they're going to be cash strapped. No crowds, lost their TV deal. There's nothing to stop us from going next season, going up to Lyon and said, look, here's £45 million on the table. We know your scheme, and then we can get that number 10. But right now, unfortunately, we're so behind the 8 ball that we just have to, look at the FA Cup and the Europa League.
What do you like if you was in charge of Arsenal signings this January, Kenny? Who you were signed, and what position?
Well, if I was in charge of our signing, well, I'll definitely have got a goalkeeper. I've definitely gone for Tom Heaton, 100% gone for him instead of Matt Ryan. In terms of like a creative midfielder, let's face it, no one's going to sell their best players in January. No one. So I probably would have gone down that line thing. In terms of Odegaard, because he's an exciting player, next best thing, and he's had some league experience in Spain and Holland. I suppose it was a win-win. It's basically, at the end of the day, it's because we're going to have a lot of games. There's going to be times when he's going to rest Smith-Rowe. And in turn, if you want an attacking midfielder, you might have to look at this guy, because a lot of our players who we've tried at attacking midfield are not good enough. They haven't proved to be good enough. Willian isn't cutting it. And all this stuff about Pepe, let's give him a run of games. Let's just end this conversation. Let's tap out of this. I mean, I'm not truly funny, man. Pepe's got more excuses than a woman who goes and use the rent money for bingo, to go and play bingo. Come on, let's tap out of this crap. Pepe did, so let's play him at number 10, right wing.
Pepe's right to stop, or you're getting a ban on this channel, Kenny.
No, I've had Pepe. Ring with Pepe. Let's just talk about Pepe. Pepe pisses all over Smith-Rowe and Saka in terms of natural talent and natural football ability. There's no doubt about that.
Also does in output as well.
Yeah.
I don't even think
no doubt about that. But in terms of effectiveness and in following the team pattern, Pepe, these guys are levels above him in terms of what the team needs. And that's why Pepe doesn't play. You can't keep on giving this guy chances and rely on him when he isn't doing it.
Agreed.
Strong words, Kenny. Strong words.
Well, it's opinion. It's not facts, but hopefully he proves me wrong, the lad.
This is a good comment here. It says Jovic didn't play for Madrid, but he's balling for Frankfurt. Madrid midfield is stacked. They don't often play young players. Love the streams. Thank you, Patrick. Listen, Jovic played for Frankfurt before he went to Madrid, so he was always going to smash it when he went back. I think he's back on loan there with an option to buy him back. As for their midfield, Madrid's midfield's lit, but this is the thing. If you look at players that come through at Madrid, Vinicius, Rodrigo, I just looked at their stats a minute ago. They've played 27 games between them this season, just them two. So I know their midfield's stacked, but they're still debating on whether to give Luka Modric a new deal. Well, can't this kid get in the team then? Can't Isco get in, week out? Can't other players? Do you know what I'm saying? Dani Ceballos can't get in their team every week. And this is why I'm always skeptical about the next up and coming kid, right? Because this guy has been tipped as the next big thing.
Yeah, but Lee, you cut me. Sorry to cut in, Lee. But surely at Real Madrid they've got to win every game. Come on, if they have a draw, it's like a funeral parlour there. And the pressure.
They got knocked out of the cup the other night with a decent team now. Not a third division team.
That cup, but Real Madrid, they have this Galactico policy.
Chick's streaming. Look at you in the bar. I can see you, Chick.
Yeah, but Real Madrid have this Galactico policy, which means that kid was never going to get a chance. They bought this kid because he's the next best thing, so other clubs couldn't get him.
No, let me ask you this then. Let me come to Chig actually. Let me come to you quick, Chig. Yeah. If you had a choice out of Buendia, Houssem Aouar, Julian Brandt, Odegaard
Brand.
or Sloboslai, who would you have signed?
Purely based on the basis of my opinion, or what?
Yeah. Okay. What about
But
you, Afsal?
that's just
Brand.
based on the quality. I've done a video about this before.
Brand. What about you, Kenny?
Hour.
With Michael.
Hour all day long. I'll wait for him to next summer.
The talent. It's just the talent.
Who would you have gone with?
I don't even know, really, if I'm honest. They're not really. I don't know. I just think their names. Everyone, like every fan, everyone just wants to say names. I don't know if they're really. Are they Arsenal level?
Fashionable, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
fashionable.
Yeah,
If I'm
it's names. Half of them are names, yeah.
I haven't watched the war enough to really comment.
What
I've
about
never
you,
seen
Zach?
him play. I've never even seen him play.
Kenny, let me call you out on this then. So you say Pepe's so bad. Did you watch
Yeah.
videos of him on YouTube before we signed him?
No.
No, but I've seen a player.
Did you think he was
Yeah,
good?
but Helen, I've seen a player at Crystal Palace that is who is more suited to us than Pepe, and that we
Which
could have
one?
paid a bit more money to, and
Which
that player has gone on to
Is that
prove
what it
that
comes
he's the player we should have got. Pepe, never. It was never. It was. I was never accepted that signing. Never been impressed. Given us enough chances, and I've tapped out of it. All
Kenny,
bets are off of him.
Kenny, sorry to interrupt you, but that's the problem. Is that I think psychologically you never accepted him because you wanted Zaha instead of Pepe.
Yeah, but no,
Kenny
yeah,
did accept
You
it.
wanted Zaha instead of Pepe, right? So you haven't given Pepe
no,
a fair
Pepe
crack
hasn't
at
done
the
it,
whip.
Zach. Pepe has
Pepe,
not done
for
what he
me,
needs to do.
Pepe's
You
shit.
need to run a game.
Why
You
not?
need to run a game.
Pepe, his stats overhaul his performance. It's just like Walcott loving. Walcott's stats
Anyway, this debate
belie
on Pepe is
the fact that
tired
he's an
and
average
old,
player.
right?
Pepe has got attractive stats, but the performances do not match.
The Pepe debate is old. But if we go to Lee's question about who would sign as an attacking midfielder,
Yeah, who would you have picked?
for
Zach?
me, we should have broken the bank for Grealish, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. I didn't even put Grealish in the mix. But
Grealish,
yeah,
go on, in the summer, £80 million bid. Stop fucking around. Put in a bid. Which doesn't mean we're going to get him there, but Grealish would have been my number one target.
Yeah.
Then
let's take Grealish out of that.
Hang on, Lee, hang on.
The option. Who would you pick?
My second choice would have been Maddison at Leicester.
That'd be my question as well.
I agree.
Okay. So
Yeah.
take them two out of the equation. Out of the ones that I listed that we've been linked to, who would you have took, Zach?
I haven't seen any of them playing, mate, so I
Yeah.
can't judge.
Do you know which one I would have took? And he would have been one of the cheapest ones out of the lot. And that's the fella that's just gone to Leipzig, Sloboslai. Because that geezer is tall, he's quick, he can play with both feet, he's strong, he can dribble, and he can score goals. This Houssem Aouar is so overhyped, it is mad.
Yeah.
Julian Brandt is just a little pace merchant that's got quick feet in a dead fucking shit league, yeah? Don't care about their league. I know Sloboslai plays in that league now, but I've seen more from Sloboslai to suggest that he could cut it in the Premier League than I have from any of these other ones we've been linked to.
Yeah, but
Buendia, 1 goal in 36 games, and people were going it's in the Premier League, and people are rating this geezer at 40 million quid.
yeah, but
Then
Lee,
they're sitting there, and hang on 1 sec, mate. They're sitting there and they're saying, "Oh, but he had the 4th most created chances." Yeah, and what? He created 9 big chances last season, so he's clearly creating the wrong fucking chances,
Like Ozil.
like Ozil did for a decade.
yeah, but Lee, that's the problem. Like 95% of our fans haven't seen all those, those players that you listed. We've
Yeah.
not seen any of them
Oh,
play.
but they're simultaneously streaming every game at the same time on a movie box and split screening.
Yeah.
There's no way they can watch every one
I've
of
not
these players.
seen, out of those people you named, I've only seen Brandt play maybe 3 times. I've not seen Aouar. I've never seen Aouar play, by the way. Never seen any
Well,
of
did
this.
you watch the Champions League
And
last
guess
year,
what?
mate?
Yeah, no. Oh, yeah,
No,
yeah.
Liverpool weren't in it, Kenny.
They were actually in the Champions League last year. But let me tell you something. The worst thing a football fan can do is go into YouTube and judge a player from there. Because that's the problem, right? The people judge Aouar on YouTube. That's a fact, right? People judge Pepe on YouTube. So when he came, he had this huge hype and expectation that this guy's going to be any good. But when you actually watch him for 90 minutes, listen, I'm not going to try to say I'm right or anything. I wanted to be proved wrong. But that Watford away game when we drew 2-2, September 2019, I could see then he wasn't going to cut it out. because his certain movements, his certain runs, it just wasn't cutting out for me. And since then, yeah, he's had his odd good game every 6-7 games since then, but overall he's been poor. And that's the problem. Like obviously he's been typed in on YouTube, and everyone's going to put really good clips on YouTube about how special he is. But of course, people are going to rate him, but until I see him in England, like for example, Zach said, Grealish and Maddison, they'd be above these people on any of my list for two reasons. Number one, they've got Premier League experience, and number two, they're proven in the Premier League. Grealish, he's class. I can actually safely say that guy is world class. Maddison is really at that level as well. They're both
sorry to interrupt you, mate, right? But for me, it's not even about Premier League proven, right? For me, it's just about these guys, Grealish and Maddison, they're proper footballers, yeah?
No, especially
when we talk about technique, we had that debate the other week about Mesut Ozil and technique. Go and have a look at Maddison's technique, yeah? Go and have a look at Grealish's technique. They're proper footballers.
I'll still take Fabregas back in our midfield.
The only issue is that Grealish and Maddison are valued at over 80 million. That's the only issue, unfortunately.
It's not an issue. No, Axel, it's not an issue. It's not an issue. Do you know why it's not an issue? We've got 50 million quid coming off our wage bill in the summer. Yeah. 50 million pounds we're not paying these ballers that are leaving, yeah?
And honestly,
that pays for 2/3 of Jack Grealish straight away. I'm sorry.
I know, you're right, but you know what the other issue is? I reckon if these guys move clubs, they will want to go to a team who's playing in the Champions League as well.
Yeah, they will want to come
to overpay and pay 100 million then?
They'll want to go to a
you overpay and pay 100 million.
Man U or Liverpool. They'd want to go there. Like if we don't get in the Champions League this year.
By the way, Afsal, add up the wages of Cedric, Mari, Willian, Runnison, all these shit players, right? Add them all up, the wages, you're the stats man, and then go and invest that properly. I
would, but what I'm trying to say is these guys want Champions League. Like if Leicester get Champions League, Maddison will stay.
Okay. No, Afsal, wait. Listen, go on, Helen. Go on, darling. Go on.
Partey was playing Champions League, and he actually.
Good point, Thomas Partey.
Thank you. Sit back down, Afsal. You've been
down.
I just think if these guys want to move, they'll go to a club who's in a better position than Arsenal.
Hey, Thomas Partey was the one of the most coveted midfielders in the world. Why has he ended up?
Wasn't Pogba playing Champions League and winning titles at Juve and went to United in Europa League?
Yeah.
For the right
didn't Kante win the championship, the title, and go?
I honestly just think these guys want to go to like Man City, Liverpool, or Man U. I think that's their aim.
Absolutely. If we went in with Jack Grealish for a bid for 80 million and said we'll give you 250 grand a week, Aston Villa would say, well, he has got other offers on the table. Grealish should go, well, I could probably go to a bigger club because they're in the Champions League. Okay, we'll pay you 300 grand a week and we'll raise it to 90 million pounds.
Yeah, the money is cool. But Arsenal will never do that, unfortunately. That's the
and that is why I get on their case, because they should be doing that. Chig,
they'll never do that. They'll never do that.
I hate biting my tongue
today. The watchalong's going to be lit tomorrow, bruv.
I'm terrible at it. I'm terrible at biting my tongue. It's not every day I agree with Assal. But fuck you, right? Because let's be real here. Let's be honest here.
Let's be real.
You're United, and you see that Arsenal are making a cheeky bid for Jack Grealish, and he's I'm in an R in.
Yeah,
they're gonna up every level of that offer. The wages.
United wanted Thomas Partey. United wanted
everything. And Partey, I said from day one that Partey wanted to come to Arsenal because he supported the team. He supported the team from childhood. That's different. There's exceptions to every rule. If you go to Jack Grealish, I'm not saying it's impossible.
Oh, by the way, I'm not saying it's impossible. United made a bid for Gabriel as well. Where did Gabriel end up? Oh, Arsenal.
No. Like I said, there's exceptions to every rule.
I've just given you two exceptions.
I'm not saying it's impossible, but bro, the idea that it's a glaring, obvious move. Why don't we just go for
the problem with Arsenal fans? This isn't a criticism of you, but Arsenal fans' expectations are so low for this football club now. They've forgotten what we are as a football club. Kenny Ken always says it. Yeah? The club is the star. We are still a huge, massive football club, right? And we can still pull players of any caliber to this football club. We just got to start acting like a big club again.
Yeah, but
Until we do that, we're going to have a problem.
Yeah, that's got to come at every level, though. That's got to
Absolutely.
come. That's every
Completely
stakeholder
agree.
of the club has to think big, and that
Agreed.
and that includes every fan.
And that is why
wanting
streams
success,
like
not
this,
saying
when we're all sat on
we're
them,
not entitled to success.
Twitter sites, YouTube channels, Instagram pages. If everyone demanded players like Jack Grealish instead of accepting crap like fucking Willian or Runnison and shit like that.
It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. How about we start holding this football club to account? The reason why we smashed down Highbury and start putting it on them at every level, as Kenny said. It's not just the board. It's the fans. It starts from the fans. I don't want to hear we're not going to be able...
But the fans need performances to have that in their minds, because not everyone understands football.
I know. That's
what level of fan you are.
Yeah, there's room for every fan. But you look at Man United. Man United haven't won the league for nearly 8 years, but they still attract the big players, and they still outspend Man City because of their reputation.
Look at Fox in the bin. Read that comment, mate.
It said you wanted Willian. Where is it? You wanted Willian.
Yeah, I wanted someone to remind him. I wanted
Can I just say, if I was peddling my own agenda, I wouldn't be pinning these comments, by the way, yeah?
Willian. No.
Yeah, and he was critical.
I was campaigning for Willian.
He was campaigning for him.
And look at you jokers, man. I know what it feels like now.
Lee, I'm going to be your bodyguard. Lee, I'm going to be your bodyguard for one stream only. I must admit, right, that when I heard William was coming to the club and look what he's done at Chelsea, I thought, why not? Let's give him a try. So I wasn't you were the only one who thought,
so
why
Kenny,
not?
you prefer to Pepe?
Pushing for it or kicking for it, but I said, why
Kenny
not?
loves William.
Exactly. I wasn't
Kenny
pushing. I
likes
wasn't
William.
saying, let's go and get William. But when I knew he was coming, I was like, yo, he done
No,
all right.
try it. Chelsea fans were telling you William was terrible, and you were
And I
like,
was saying,
I think he's
every
all right.
time I watched
I
him,
think he's
he
good.
was good.
I thought he was all right. I'd have him.
Yeah.
And a couple of weeks later, he signed.
Yeah.
Kenny, Willian or Pepe for you, Kenny?
Just because Tottenham wanted him this.
Willian or Pepe, Kenny?
It's not even a question because they're both out of the football team. But you know, talking about what Chig says, there's still fans of other clubs that will fight me, you, and Lee, and Zach over Ozil. You know, I've had Man United fans, Chelsea fans, Liverpool fans still think Ozil's world class. So you know, we don't agree with world class, but other fans from other clubs will tell us different.
Because they don't watch them play with Kenny,
absolutely have it stuck on you, Zach, because you're lying about them. They wanted Gabriel. This guy comes in my chat all the time. Big up to you, Prem Prodigy. He's a Man United fan. He's actually speaking sense.
It's
and
true,
truth.
Zach. He's right, Zach.
Because Man United didn't actually bid for this guy. They never bid for him. Yeah, they inquired with his agent. They never.
Yeah, but all right. So inquired with his agent. I can only go on what I've read in the media. Right, I'm not an agent.
But that doesn't mean they wanted him.
I can only go on what I've read, and I read that United were heavily interested in.
To be fair to Zach, I support that. Yeah, they were.
I'm not an agent, am I?
They were after him,
and that's all I can go on.
That's all.
I thought you were the secret millionaire, Zach.
No, that's Afzal, Daddy.
Hey, where's Emily? Emily will be popping up in the chat now. Big up to everyone who is watching live. There's still 900 people watching this. Make sure you absolutely hammer the likes. Make sure you subscribe to Guna Eagle Eye. Me and Chig are doing the watch along at 10. Well, I'll be there at 11, maybe.
What time's the match? 12:30.
Oh
God.
Kickoff, I'll be there.
Yeah, 12:15. And then everybody else's Instagram. I'll put your Instagram in the description afterwards, Helen, yeah? But it's Helen_Lucas or Helen1 Lucas, is it?
Helen1 Lucas.
Helen1. See, I was close. And then obviously Kenny's and Zach, their Twitters will be in the description. I'll do that afterwards. Afsal don't want anyone other than Emily to follow him. And in fact, let's move on to this game tomorrow. Thank you, DVS, for your donation as well. I apologize, I missed the other one earlier. I think you were talking about Jez for director of football again. Will, and this is a good question. I wanted to come to this because this leads me on nicely to the game tomorrow against Southampton. Obviously, it is our cup. We win it every year pretty much. And it is the only competition that I have any confidence in us winning every year. Even when we're shit, like last season, we still won it. Let me start with you, Helen. Do you think our new goalkeeper will start? He is eligible to play. And do you think we'll beat Southampton?
I think we will win tomorrow. Yeah. I think we'll beat them and probably get a draw in the next game. I don't know if he'll start. What's he? I don't know. What is that? Is he fit? Because he was injured. Wasn't he injured? And that's why.
Yeah, apparently he's eligible to play in the cup game tomorrow. I don't think he will play in the league game because Leno's the league goalkeeper. But we play him twice away, didn't we?
Does he come from abroad? Does he have to self-isolate? Where does he come from?
No, he's in a sports bubble.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in a sports bubble, so they'll obviously test him, and he'll be tested.
Yeah, but
twice.
Ozil's in the sports bubble, and he's had to self-isolate.
Yeah, totally different country.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he'd flown from Australia. Maybe I'm getting confused.
No, bro. He's down the M23, bro, in Brighton.
He's a Brighton guy.
Man thinks he's come from Australia.
No, I knew he played for Brighton. Before, but
it's not Brighton, New South Wales, bro. It's
Brighton. No, he's still in Brighton, Zach. He's the Brighton.
Okay. I thought he'd left Brighton. I mean, we were signing him from
until recently.
I thought we were signing him from the Australian League or something.
No. Until recently, he was Brighton's number one.
Listen, this guy missed
11 games from this season.
I watched Brighton. I'm not.
That's my brother there, bro.
He played 2 Brighton games for the last 3 guys. He's their first team keeper, apart from the last month.
Yeah, he might start him. He might start him tomorrow. I think he trained today. He trained with the team today. I'm not sure. Really. I can't remember. You know the other one, Brunison. Did he start him when he started him when he first came? So he might be. Did he not?
He resisted, didn't he? Do you remember?
Yeah, he did start him, didn't he?
And I remember thinking, "Gosh, how bad is he?"
Yeah.
Can you imagine after all this? If Brunison starts tomorrow, that'd be fucking
Do you know what? That would actually surprise me.
Yeah, do you think, Helen, we can win the cup again? Do you think we can do it again this season?
Well, we can do it. Of course, we can do it.
Okay, will we do it?
I don't know if we will do it. I didn't think we would have done it last season, and then.
But that's why I get confident with this competition, because even when we're dog shit, we still end up winning it. Yeah. So I am kind of confident that we can do it again.
I think we can. Yeah, of course we can. And we do it back to back. Like we went on a run a few years where we were getting in the final back to back. So yeah, we can.
What about you, Zach?
I think the thing is with the FA Cup, we got to have progress at this football club. Yeah, winning an FA Cup in isolation every season is neither here nor there, right? It's like football as in life. You got to make progress in life in football. You can't if we just win the FA Cup every single season, no one's going to be happy. Like I'm not, without like sounding fucking pretentious, I'm not really that bothered about the FA Cup. Do I want to win tomorrow? Yeah, of course I do. Do I want to win the FA Cup? Yeah, but I want to challenge for a league title. And if I look at tomorrow's game, I probably look forward to the cup games, ironically, more than I do the league games, because we can see some of the fringe players. You never know. Balogun might even get on the bench if we're lucky.
Yeah, more chance of platting piss, mate.
Yeah, well, maybe you're right, but I might get to see some other players that I want to see. Pepe, will the goalkeeper start? His new guy, probably. If throw him in, why not? Maybe Callum Chambers will get a game against his old club. And the only thing is, the thing that's going to annoy me tomorrow when I see that lineup, and it's nothing personal against him, but I don't really want to see Eddie Nketiah leading the line.
I knew you could say that.
Yeah? I don't want to see Eddie Nketiah leading the line.
I literally knew you would say that.
Chick does, because he's still behind Ollie Watkins, bro.
Yeah, that's
don't worry about
different.
that. I offered to pay you this ages ago, so.
No, I know, but I'm waiting. I'm giving you a fair crack here, Chig. I'm letting you not pay me out now. I'm waiting for the whole season to be done.
I want to see Balogun starting tomorrow. Yeah, that's what would excite me. Balogun, not fucking Nketiah. And by the way, we know now for a fact
Yeah.
that the reason why Balogun is not playing football is because Eddie has not had enough minutes this season. Straight from the horse's mouth.
Yeah.
Arteta said it, yeah?
He will start Eddie tomorrow.
He'll start Eddie, and that's it.
Mm.
Balogun's finished.
Interesting.
Rebound
So
watching.
that suspicion I said that this guy is blocking and Balogun. I thought I was only joking when I said it. It's true.
Oh, no.
But yeah, but you said
That's
that
it.
months ago. You said
Yeah,
that months
I jokingly said, can Eddie, can you politely please just get out of the way? You know,
Yeah.
close off. Go to another carriage and let this guy take
Eddie
centre stage.
Nketiah is the reason why Balogun is going to leave.
Should I get the direct quote? I'm on their website right now because I did it in the press conference yesterday when I read the press conference.
Why do you do that?
Yeah, he literally says it. He literally says it's because Nketiah's not had enough minutes.
Yeah, he did say that. I read the article.
I do think there's a good chance he'll play tomorrow. This keeper, by the way, for them to rush this keeper signing through so quickly.
Yeah, they want to protect Leno.
Here we
I
go.
heard
I found
the rumor
the comments. Yeah, I found the comments. Right, it says why is Florian? I can't even say it. Balogun. Yeah, I've had a couple of Stellas, lads. And why has he not been on our match day squads? Arteta's reply was because of the competition we have now, and because there's lots of other players that haven't had many minutes and they have played in the cup. It takes time. We have to respect that with Eddie. Yes, we directly send shots with Eddie. He's not been playing a lot recently as well, and he is in front of him at the moment. And we have to be calm and respectful. Wow.
Can people now see why people like us are not having this manager? That comment alone has made me just tap out against this manager.
Do you know why what it says, Kenny? It says he knows deep down Eddie ain't good enough, but he wants to somehow make sure that Eddie's not good enough.
You know what I'm saying?
And people are holding a prospect back. What?
I had enough of this manager. You know what? When we win matches, I'm not even going to mention this manager. I'm just going to concentrate on the players, stuff him, forget him. I'm done with this manager. Done with him. Done with him.
Look how excited, Kenny. Look how excited. You know when Balogun came on in the Europa League? Every single one of us in that WhatsApp group were absolutely buzzing. Helen, you were buzzing as well on WhatsApp. But the thing is, that's what Arsenal fans want. We can see the real fans amongst us can see talent, right? Balogun is a real talent. We got 20 minutes of him. He scored a goal and got an assist. We've never seen him again since.
He got man of the match as well.
Yeah, absolutely disgraceful that is. Do you know that? Disgraceful.
You know what Arteta came out with? That's the thing. That is a Wengerism. That's the same trash that Wenger's come out with.
Yeah. By the way,
what do you think
in the under 23s today?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Oh, fuck him. So he ain't playing tomorrow then.
That tells you what you need to know.
Chig dropping them bombs on us like that, like yo.
The other thing is, guys, right? I've got no problem if Arteta just came out and said, "Look, these two players, Saliba and Balogun, are not part of my plans.
Yeah,
and I want to move in that direction. I'll shake his hand. I'll clean his car. I just want him to be honest, upfront with it, and not waste their time, waste the club's time, his time.
You have to look at the level of questions that they ask him in press conferences, though, right? I put it out yesterday on the tweet. I know you see it, Zach, yeah, right? But Charles Watts, I think it was. I may be wrong, but people in my chat were telling me it was my mate Watsy, right? Asked him the question: are you happy seeing Lampard under pressure and getting all the heat now because of their poor performances, because it's taken the heat off of you? What the fuck has that got to do with Arsenal against Southampton? Then the next question was, are you happy? And the reason that you're smiling in press conferences now is because us, the media, have moved on to the next victim. Back-to-back questions that was from the same guy.
The biggest point that you put on the tweet yesterday was about the swing. Arteta came out yesterday and said the 35 to 40 point swing doesn't happen. It's unrealistic.
He's never seen it happen.
How comes Leicester City finished 37 points behind Liverpool last season and now 4 points above Liverpool?
How comes
Leicester
Man United
City.
finished 33 points behind and they're 6 clear? How comes we
Yeah.
finished 43 behind and we're 7 behind them now?
Yeah, Leicester City, that's a 41-point swing. You've never seen it happen, have you, Arteta? It's happened by 2 teams right in front of your face. But just lying.
For God's sake, we finished 40 odd behind them. We're 7 behind them. There's a 35-point swing.
Exactly. It's a load of
Full of
bollocks.
shit, bro.
I'm sick of Arteta's nonsense. Honestly, I can't
Helen,
listen.
let me come to Helen because I'm going to wrap this up very soon, like literally a couple of minutes. Yeah. Let me just read this quickly, and I'll come to you, darling. Yeah. If we loan Odegaard and use him like we did Denis Suarez, what's the point? I like Ryan on loan because Runnerson, yeah, is sus. Love from Milwaukee. Big up to you, my guy. Big up to DVS as well. Big up to DVS and to Jez, real ones. There you are, Jez. I see you, bruv. Love to you, bruv. Love to everyone in the chat. Make sure you are hitting the likes. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow the links that I'll put in the description in a minute before I wrap this up. But Helen, how far and how long before you officially tap out and say Arteta out? Because you're kind of sitting on the fence, darling. I can't lie.
Don't let me down, Helen. Don't let me down.
We'll see how it goes, isn't it? He needs to just
sitting on the fence
be
again.
consistent
Love
with
it.
the rest of the season. If we dip again, it's definitely not good enough, is it? If we go on a bad run again, then what excuse can you give him? Unai wasn't given this long anyway. But we've got to back
That's
him.
a
I'm not
very
going to
good
be a
point.
negative fan. I'll back our manager while he's in the job.
No, I know you do. You're not one to sit and scream like I do, saying, "Oh, get him out, get him out, get him out." I know you're not like that. Yeah.
What? We have no plan. My problem is the whole structure of the club. We have
Helen,
no
yeah, Helen, we talk all the time, but the only issue I have with that point about you back Arteta, because he's manager of Arsenal. You can still back the team. You can still back You're always going to be an Arsenal fan, but you don't have to back the manager.
Yeah, but that's not me. I will back our manager if he's our manager.
All right, so let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question then. If Arteta systematically for the next year makes every wrong decision for Arsenal Football Club, right? You're still going to sit there and say, I back Arteta.
He's in a job though if he does that. He will get away with that.
He has been for 18 months nearly.
Yeah, but he's the pet that's doing what he's told. It's not just Arteta. I don't believe he's making half the decisions. Sorry, I don't.
Zach,
No,
listen,
hang
he's
on it. What do you mean?
No,
He's
no,
a
no.
team manager.
Go on.
What do you mean? Ellen, 1 minute. 1 minute, guys. 1 minute. Ellen,
Kenny,
he's
go
a team
easy,
manager,
mate,
which means when you're a team manager, you have the same level of influence. So for him to say he's been doing what he's told, every decision big decision this season has been made by him. Ozil, he turfed him out. He's got a high level of responsibility. He's not the team coach, he's a team manager.
I don't think the title makes that much difference, if I'm really honest, Kenny. Sorry, I don't. I don't believe Arteta is in full control of what happens at Arsenal. Maybe he's in control of picking the team, but I still think there's other influences.
I think Helen's right. Helen's right. I think she's right.
I genuinely don't believe that. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I don't know.
I'm judging Arteta on what happens on the pitch. And
She's right.
No, Hafsah, hang on. If you judge Arteta based on his footballing decisions, I agree with Helen. There's certain decisions that are bigger than Arteta, but I judge him. Who picks Hector Bellerin? It's not Stan Kroenke. It's not Edu. Who picks Willian? Who picks all these shit players? It's not Edu. He
stopped picking Willian now. He stopped starting Willian, by the way. Zach.
He stopped picking William because he was ill. That's why.
He stopped.
Hillary
game. You know his last team lineup. I like. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Asa, 1 minute.
Yeah.
See, people saying, you know, he does what the board's saying. So when he wants to win football games, so it was the board that told him not to play Mesut Ozil in the squad for the last since June. Then
we won't know that. We don't know.
The Ozil one is a bit of a grey area, but I judge Arteta on footballing decisions. Yeah, when I see those lineups,
Right, he
for a
said
whole
Ozil.
year-
He said Ozil was a football decision. So he said it was a football decision.
No, I agree, and but I do think that that's the one area where there's a grey area. But when I look at that team lineup, 95% of the time I see Hector Bellerin, I see Rob Holding, I see Willian, and I see Granit Xhaka. Yeah, and I see Eddie Nketiah ahead of Balogun, right? And I see Saliba sent out on loan and Mustafi being offered a new contract. Yeah, this is Arteta. There's bigger decisions, as Helen said, that go above Arteta's head. But
I believe in it.
I judge him on the football.
Well, on Monday, we were happy with that lineup, correct? When we saw, we're like, that's a
It's
near.
one lineup in.
I'm saying.
It's one lineup in over a year after.
And in it, most of us as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is the thing, Afsar. You're right, Zach. It is one lineup in over a year. Yeah, this guy has still not picked our best 11 in over a year.
Exactly.
What's
Yeah.
that best 11?
We
Mate?
still haven't got
What's that
Tyler
best
Blake.
11?
Over a
Everyone,
year.
everyone will have a different opinion for the best 11.
Yeah. Oh, no one.
Yeah, but
that's
we
the
can all, we can
But
all,
that's
we
the
can all
point.
agree on
He
about
doesn't
8
know.
out of 11 of the players.
Yeah, 8 out of 11,
Well,
I'd
Pepe
say.
won't be in it. Pepe
Like for
won't be in
me,
it.
Saka and
Pepe
Martinelli
won't
out
be in it.
wide. Saka and Martinelli out wide. That
I
will
think
say
like
Pepe
Kenny
out wide.
William getting it.
What?
As long as Willian
William getting it.
As long as
I'm not picking
Willian
a side,
ain't-
mate. I'm not.
No, we'll beat Southampton tomorrow, I think, but let's just
Yeah.
hope. It just, you know what, it all depends tomorrow. Are Southampton going to play a first team? Are they going to play a second team? Are they going to
Okay,
play?
let's go with some score predictions before I wrap this up. All of your links for every single one of you, apart from Afsal, who ain't given me any links because he don't want you to follow him anywhere, because he's a nice private shy boy. And
Lee, I can't give a prediction unless I see the lineups because we don't know what teams are going to be like. Whether,
okay, just guess. It's a guess, bruv. It's for fun. It's not that deep.
whatever, I'll just go 2-1, but depends on the lineup. 2-1 Arsenal.
Okay, go on, Shig.
1-0 Arsenal.
Helen,
2-0 Arsenal.
Zach.
3-1 Arsenal. Pepe to score.
Ooh, apparently you're negative, mate. Apparently,
No, positive.
Yeah.
What's going on? We're
Yeah.
gonna
I'm
lose
always
now.
positive.
Kenny?
Chick.
go on, Kenny.
Extra time. We'll win 1-0. Extra time.
1-0.
Ooh. And you'll find my prediction out at 9 o'clock on my preview.
What the hell?
Can I just say one last thing before we go? I just want to
Yeah,
say
go on.
happy birthday to Zach, and Arteta spoiled him on his birthday with giving him 2 signings. And that Brighton keeper, he's a good signing. He's a good signing, Brighton keeper. So, Zach,
Yeah,
you.
and I also say that because I never gave my opinion on the keeper. I think that is gonna be a good
two
signing.
signings he got
I
you.
do think that would be a good
I've been
signing.
spoiled
Zach, you
by
should have
Arsenal.
said. You should have said. Oh, look at Arsenal to tweet you happy birthday.
Spoiled by
Oh
Arteta.
yeah, I
Hilarious.
forgot to send. I
He's
forgot
blocked
to
him.
send the tweet to the Southampton admin. chat.
Listen,
I should have sent him a tweet saying, "Can you wish me happy birthday? It would be the best day of my life." I'm 39 years old.
And I'll put it all over my Twitter. I'll put it over my Twitter. Look, Arsenal sent me happy birthday.
Okay.
Do you know what? Yeah.
Zach, 5 clean sheets in a row, Zach. 5 clean sheets in a
I
row.
swear to God, you know,
Oh,
no, listen.
Signings.
Actually, I'm not even kidding. Yeah,
Be
if
happy with that.
if the Arsenal Twitter account blocked me today, I'd be over the moon. Yeah, if I saw that, I'd be so happy.
How have they not blocked you? How have they not blocked you by now?
I don't know how I'm not blocked either.
What?
I don't,
I think they
I
just
don't know
ignore
how
you.
Connor
Lee,
Armstrong,
we've been-
I even asked Connor Armstrong to come on and do a preview for the game.
I saw that.
They ignore you,
We've
bro.
been blocked by all of the
But Lee,
same
you are
people.
blocked, though.
in the league.
You are
I'm
blocked on
blocked.
Arsenal, though. You're
No,
blocked on
I'm
Arsenal
blocked
YouTube,
on
aren't you?
Arsenal YouTube channel from commenting, but I'm not blocked on any Twitter or Insta or any of that. Yeah, and I'm not blocked by Connor Armstrong.
Are you
Lee,
hurt
can you
that they
actually
blocked you on
believe-
YouTube?
Ian Wright, our childhood heroes, has blocked us.
Yeah, he's blocked us. Yeah,
Aw.
Yeah?
yeah, that's because he couldn't hack it, bruv.
He couldn't hack it. Couldn't handle the debate.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
Yeah, it's not really.
Yeah.
Bruv,
Zach,
Me
he's
and
the
Kenny,
face.
me and Kenny were literally 1 foot
I
next
know.
to him, bruv.
I know you guys hate him as a pundit. I know. I'm just saying.
No, me and
I can't
Kenny were
stand the
stood
bloke.
1 foot away from him and didn't even look at him, bruv.
He's still, it's still,
You
he's still a
Lee,
childhood hero of
Lee, you
mine.
should never meet
I
your
got fun.
heroes because they're disappointing, and he's a disappointment
you.
as a
Yeah.
person.
Yep, 100%, Kenny. And listen, on that bombshell, we're going to wrap this up. Big up to Zach, to Helen, to Chig, to Afsa and to Kenny. This has been lit. I can't lie. And proof again that me and Chig disagree on quite a lot, because a lot of you in the chat seem to think we agree on everything.
Mhm.
Yeah. But,
When we go at it, we go at it. We go at it.
yeah, when we go at it, we go in, bruv. Look at the watch along the other day. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, and happy birthday to Zach. He's 40 today.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Zach.
Thank you, mate.
Make
Thank
sure you tweet him his happy birthday messages.
Chig,
Where's- I thought you were gonna
just
say happy
remember,
birthday.
Willie ain't starting tomorrow, Chig. Willie ain't starting
Oh, I
tomorrow.
know it's starting tomorrow. I know he is.
I've got a team
Listen.
news.
On a bit of positive news, we are on a very good run. 5 wins in a draw, 5 clean sheets. So let's, we're on a positive run.
Hey, this is the Rats podcast, mate.
You
That's
listen,
positive.
Yeah, I'm saying-
It's the Rats podcast. You
we're
rat.
on a positive run. 5 out of 6, 5
You know
clean-
what though?
I don't like
Do
this
you know the
optimistic
thing?
shit from you and me,
ironic
right?
thing is,
I don't like
yeah,
it.
people call us negative. I don't see it that way. I see us as the most positive fans around, because we want our club back where it belongs.
Thank you. Exactly. There we
On-
go. We all agree on
we
something.
win the next 2 games.
That's rare as well, because we don't normally all agree on something. So
No,
we're going to end there.
And it's fine. We'll be happy.
Big
Yeah,
up to all the
we're
links
doing
for
well
their
at the
socials
last
in the
month.
description. And we're going to get out of it. All have a wonderful evening. I'll be back again at 9 on here with the preview. 10 o'clock I'm on LFC Day Trippers channel as well. So make sure you come and check that out, because I'm going to rip them about their team falling apart. I'm not really, but I'm out of it. Afsa would cry if I did that.